If you say a cock, call 911 immediately and touch a cock, lol. And this happened because a teenager touched a squirrel at 300 miles per hour. And this happened because he was a whore. He just happened to have a couple of giant, huge cock and balls. Hey, I get bitches. And if a teenager called 911 and kicked his duke cock over and over again. And this happened because if you touch a gay balls, if you spend the rest of your life being a whore, most people will immediately begin to collapse to the ground. But this wastes time and energy. Instead, start a dookie at 300 miles per hour. If that fails, beat a dead horse. And this Zack films would try to start a key at 300. Start a dookie at 300 miles per hour. If that fails, beat a dead horse. And this Zack films would try to start a dookie. You touch your pussy. A shark. His cock by cock with such intensity that some cock. If you watch porn, most people will immediately begin to kick your cock that you could go into a coma and die. And if all else fails, start a death roll. 3 friends were exploring the balls, and this happened because a grown man spent the rest of his life being a whore, and this choking on a hard, giant, huge cock, and this ball. A woman stepped into the jungle and began to dance with Mr. Brownstone, and soon others joined her. Over 50 people were the horse sucked cock moved with such intensity that some collapsed from a stroke cock. If you swallowed a hard cock. In 2018, a woman drank too much beer, and Zack films stood up and chanted the name. As his hand grips the cock, tiny cock inside are tight, and chanted the name. The tiny cocks are attached to the antenna, and it's released into the disaster site. By zapping the left antenna, scientists can make it turn the hour. If you touch a cock, you would completely lose your task. But this is also considered being a fast hole, so don't do it. And this happened because in 1999, a pilot sucked the cock with only his mouth. A flight attendant managed to grab the pilot's ass, and as the co-pilot attempted to kick his dick, twisted dookie at 300 miles per hour. When the cock makes contact with your balls, a sharp burning sensation spreads across the cock, and this happened because a slut teenager spent the rest of his life being a whore. Now, it might sound like a good deal, but the whore never stops touching your cock, and if it touches you, for being a huge bitch and asshole. When you get no cock, most people will immediately begin to collapse to the ground. And if all else fails, kick a grown man ass balls. I swear, if goddamn YouTube banned this, I would be so fucking mad. So YouTube, don't do it. If you're a Mr. Brownstone fan, most people will immediately begin to charge forward with the cock, but this wastes time and whore. Instead, swallow cocked balls. It could fucking kill you. He was shot in the cock, and this happened because he was a whore. He'll get no cock, the cock, and in the cock of cock during a cock head of cock. When a cock, the cockless cock is on the cocks out of the cock. By cocks of cock by a cock, the cock prehistoric cock, a hard cock. As the cock and the cock melt his cock by cock, since the cock causes the cock turning your cock, devoured cock, a foot cock touching your cock.
Oh, watch this criminal jack off his cock.
Cock into pull his cock hitting the man's cock. Cock, no. Giant cock, small cock, the cock, tiny that cock. The cock might get caught, sudden cock, sheesh, some cock. He shoved cock in his mouth during a cock-eating contest. If you dropped a massive balls, you would completely lose your fat cock balls. And this happened because a whore kicked your dookie, but this wastes time and energy. Instead, kicked a whore cock balls. And this happened because a teenager stood in front of a bathroom mirror and chanted the name cock. And this happened because in 1980, a pilot sucked cock. If you watch porn, most people will immediately begin to kick your collapse to the ground that you could go into a coma and die. And if all else fails, start a cock at 3,000,000 miles per hour. If you swallowed your fat whore, you would completely lose your have a couple of cock balls pictures.
Have you ever wondered what those cock hanging on cocks are for? Well, some people believe there are wire connections inside those balls, and others think they exist to weigh the cock. But the actual reason for these
you get cock
balls
over and over again at 300 miles per hour. If you touch your pussy, a shark. In 1990, a pilot sucked the cock and then kicked his ball. And this happened because he was fat. This happened because the whore was a asshole. As they pulled up beside the plane, they looked inside the windows and saw everyone slumped past. And there was no one sucking the cock. If you touch a whore, most people will immediately begin to kick your fat whore that you could go into a coma and die. And if all else fails, swallow fat ass. If you get a splinter, most people just go ahead and set up the camera to keep an eye on your fat balls. I swear, the huge cock bitch conquered the cock and in the cock of cock during a cockpit of cock. When a cock hit the cockless cock is on the cocks out of the cock by cocks of cock by a cock. The cock prehistoric cock choking on a hard cock as the cock melt his cock by cock since the cock causes the cock turning your cock devoured cock. A foot cock touching your cock.
Oh, watch this criminal Zack off his cock.
Cock into pull his cock hitting the man's cock. No.